What's up, YouTube? Oh, that's glare. Sorry, I just got out of the shower. Shade. It's good to have everybody here. Thanks for being here tonight. But we got to liven things up a little bit. Got a little music. A little background music. That's what I like. Who doesn't like music? Maybe deaf people. Fuck them. Don't know. Don't care. Just a little music in the background is what I like, but not too loud. I don't want to drown out my own self. So, hello everybody. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody's having a happy and safe holiday weekend and not doing anything too crazy. And if you are, fuck it. If you're gonna go crazy, you gotta go full fucking retard. There's no other way to do it. Let me just say also, before I give shout outs, that I do what I do, and I do it for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, I'll spit some knowledge and share some shit with you, but I'm not going to change how I conduct myself, and whether you like foul language is really not my problem, because I'm not going to make it a point to not use it, because that's how this motherfucker's wired. That's what I do. Cuss. Say words like shit, fuck, fucking shit. Anytime, really. But, so, aside from that, before I go any further on a couple other topics, I was just thinking that if somebody who's never met me and they fucking tune in and they're watching me and they're like, what the fuck, this fuck shit, fuck guy, what the fuck? No. It's fine. This is just who I am. The big communist flag, the old Soviet Union. Not a communist, not really. However, I am a, immigrant from the former Soviet Union. This is true. And I got a very Soviet-like mentality, very Soviet still. That's the way I was raised. That's how I am. That's the way I am. Back at the change, I promise. After 46 years, the shit's not going to be any different. I'm going to be me all day. Can't be anybody else. But at the same time, when I'm on here, and this will make sense here in a second, I do it, number one, because I want to, and number two, because I can. Whether anybody watches or nobody watches makes no difference. Doesn't make any difference, because this is almost like therapy to me. And I get back to this, circle around. I was watching Dustin Sports Card Dad, which, I have no issue with Dustin or his show. I think it's great, but he brought up an interesting topic. And I'm not picking on you, D. You're good, bro. But he said everybody's got to have an angle, and what's your angle? And I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, if I had an angle, what would it be? I mean, really, what is it? I don't know that I have, because I don't sell anything as far as my cards, which is all I really collect anymore. But what is my angle? I don't care if I get likes. I don't really care about subscribers. I don't care for money. I don't need any type of charity or pity or anything else to validate me. So the more I thought about it, the more I realized I don't have a fucking angle. I don't need an angle. If I want to get on here, it's because for whatever reason, somebody might want to hear what I have to say. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But as far as having an angle, I guess, would be the equivalent of saying, what are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to get to? And, answer is nothing. I don't have any goals. I'm not trying to reach anything. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to subscribe to me and listen to the shit that I say, then great. If not, then, hey, I'm not going to be mad at you. You can go in the chat. You can call me a fucking idiot. You can do whatever you want. None of that shit bothers me. It just bounces right out that motherfucker. It was whoop, gone. People are just people. Shit. People are, what? 70% fucking banana as far as composition of our DNA and, that of a banana. I think it's 60%, might be 70. Potato, I'm pretty sure 70. Elephant is like 80%, but we have similar DNA to fucking pineapples and bananas, potatoes and shit. So it's crazy. We're not that smart. Matter of fact, we're like the most useless animal, whether you be mammal or not, as a newborn baby, because you can't do shit on your own. Animals, they at least have instincts. You know what I'm saying? Natural instincts. A baby doesn't really have any instincts. Like, you shit out a baby real quick, and unless you open that baby's fucking windpipe and cut that baby's cord, you just have a baby hanging off the fucking Freddy Got Fingered, fucking waving around babies and biting off umbilical cords and shit. But yeah, I mean, you think about it, you get a fucking shark that gets born, and guess what? That motherfucker's ready to eat. Alligator come out that fucking egg, that motherfucker's hungry. He's got that natural instinct, just like a lot of other creatures. But then there's us. Yeah, we can be born and then just fucking, you put us like in a room or something. You don't think we fucking, first off, we really don't move. We just cry and just, we don't have an instinct to look for a titty and suck on it because we know milk is going to be there. Nobody told us that shit. We're trained to do that shit. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If there's any ladies watching, you know what I'm saying. Fuck, I got 2 kids. You don't ever think that I've had to try to fucking, I've never breastfed a child, obviously, motherfucker. I'm female, not a female. So, but yeah, it's just crazy. That's just crazy to me. Yeah, just useless as fuck. I think we ought to be like the Spartans and shit, like the movie 300. Like, yeah, kid gets born, you got the core, whatever. Kind of take a look at the baby, like, I don't know about this fucking one. You just fucking chuck him over the fucking cliff and fuck him. Fucking, he was going to be a fucking cripple. Don't worry about it. And I'm not saying that we ought to be throwing babies over cliffs. I'm not encouraging you to take a child and throw him over or her over a fucking cliff. Not what I'm saying. Don't read into that like that. Like I said, entertainment. And if I had to say shock value, because sometimes people, they hear a fucking curse word, they're like, whoa, like they never heard this shit before. Yeah, I hear it all the time. Hair's still wet. There we go. Like that. Anyway, so my angle, I have no angle, but shit, like I said, it's like therapy. I get to talk, and maybe somebody listens, maybe they don't, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Either way, I'm good with it. But I'll give the shout outs real quick. Mike Gio, the boys down there at Sport Card Nonsense. You find them over here. They got their YouTube channel. I like that. Friends with a couple of them on the Facebook. They got a big group, 100,000 plus. So it's good stuff there. But you can't be thin-skinned if you go in there, because you'll get eaten the fuck up. You can't be a pussy. You got to be fucking quick on your feet. You can't be a chump. Just like any other situation in life, whether it's fucking light. You got fucking life is hard, all right? So you got to be ready for it. And if you get your feelings hurt by words that people text and, communicate through a chat, whether you're doing it on, people saying shit to me on YouTube, which nobody really says shit to me because nobody ever really watches me until after they've watched me. Think about that. But there again, I don't really, I once a week at least, but I don't fucking have like a fancy fucking anything. Nothing. There's really nothing. I got a new shelf. I'm gonna fucking pack that motherfucker full of cards. Got some stuff to sort anyway. Gave a bunch of stuff away today, but I'll tell you about that here in a minute. Mike Gio, the boys at Sports Card Nonsense, great group. YouTube, Facebook, check them out. Like I said, don't be thin-skinned. Don't get in there. Don't come in there weak. Be a whiny little bitch and get fucking feel like shit. And I'll tell you what, there's good people in that group. And there's a lot of shitheads too. But that's, like I said, that's anywhere and anyone. Uh, Sports Card Radio. Those two goofy sons of bitches. They're entertaining. Love them. Can't say anything bad about them. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about a lot of the time, but fuck them. I love them. Dan the Card Man, one of my favorites. It might be because the way that he presents everything, and you might like that a lot more. If you don't like bad language, you should check out Dan. You should check out Bo with the Million Cup Card Project, and you should check out Dustin, the Sports Card Dad. But Dan, the Card Man, he's got that Australian accent, mate. Like he's got a fucking badass accent. That Australian accent, that's what it is. And he's knowledgeable. He's very intelligent. He presents himself very well the way that he doesn't use the foul language very often. If he does, he might throw a shit with that accent. It sounds cool, so nobody trips. Dustin, he's pretty PG. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. But, you'll get good information. Like, I'll tell you about this latest porn card fucking mess I'm not going to even talk about because I don't know that much about it, and I don't really give a shit. I don't think I've ever bought a fucking card from anybody named Porn Card some shit. This doesn't sound like something I would do. No, it isn't. It isn't. But I also like the Bench Clear Media, Hobby Hotline. I can't remember the guy's name. I think it's maybe it's Jeremy Lee and DTZ, DMZ, 3-letter acronym for his name, but I don't remember. Yeah, those guys are fine. All those guys are fine. Jeff Wilson, Gary V, Junk Wax Hero. I got J-Mac. I like J-Mac. He's fine. Flippin' Steve. We're all basically doing the same thing. We might present it in different ways, but essentially we're all relatively doing the same thing. For the most part, we all enjoy sports, and we enjoy sports cards and memorabilia, clearly. We all go about it differently. There's no right or wrong way to do it. But, great channels to check out. And then local card store out here in Olathe, Kansas, Unopened Pac-Man. Awesome. A couple other guys, Southern Sports Store, Facebook. They've got a Facebook page, do a break every Thursday. And with them, they also got an eBay store. Joe and Derek, great guys. I don't want to leave anybody out. And Unopened Pac-Man, they've got an eBay store as well. Awesome guys. Want to deal with good people? They're great. And if you ever want to, know some of the buyers that I buy from and have bought from for years, I wouldn't mind sharing that with you. I have no problem. I'm not a greedy guy at all. I'm not like that. So that's just me. And not talking shit about anybody, not saying anything bad about Jeff Wilson or Ty or Jason Cardboard or any of these guys. I got nothing bad to say about none of these guys. Mike Moynihan, no. I listen to everybody when I get a chance. It's not like I sit around and watch fucking YouTube all day. I actually have things that I do. And by limited capacity, I'm still able to get things done. My mind is sharp, believe it or not. Don't let the foul mouth chuckle-headedness throw you off. Fucking very sharp. But, yeah, I don't think I left anybody out. No, I don't think I did. Let me talk about a quick basketball update for you. If you haven't been watching the FIBA tournament, the United States has beat the shit out of everybody. I don't see anybody beating them. And if you're a basketball fan, I think they play again. They played yesterday, so I don't remember if it's tomorrow or they play Monday. But you can catch the games. They're available to watch. So I want to even say that you can catch them after they've been played on YouTube. So check them out. If you're a basketball fan, the guys that are playing right now, Anthony Edwards, Austin Reeves, you got Triple J, Jared Jackson Jr., you got Brandon Clark, or Brandon Ingram, excuse me. Just a lot of young talent, and you got some veteran talent in there too. You got Bobby Portis in there, and you know it's really fun basketball. It's amazing that it's on the world stage at the international level for the World Championship, and it's a lot of fun for me. I like basketball more than I like the other sports. Football is fine, no problem with football. I'm here in Kansas City. Obviously, I'm a Chiefs fan by default. So, and as long as I've lived in Kansas City, I've always liked the Chiefs. Now, I haven't always liked some of the things that the Chiefs have done in the past, but as of late, they've been pretty good. Which brings me to one of the things I wanted to touch on. Fucking Chris Jones. Now, listen, listen. Just think about this. Somebody wanted to pay you $20 million to do your job, okay? And let's say that your job involved you playing football and you play 17 games, all right? You know, play a little bit of preseason, whatever. And you played, at least 17 games. Hopefully you play a couple, 2, 3 more that you get a win and get a ring, which you had opportunity to do a couple times. But right now, in my eyes, it's a twofold thing. Number one, you're already under contract, all right? So you've already signed a contract to play this year. So why don't you take care of the business that you've already signed and committed to before you go and demand more money for a contract that isn't up for renegotiation just because you want to renegotiate it? And for some reason, you need an extra $10 million. Motherfucker, where did you come up with these figures? You don't think $20 million, you greedy piece of shit, $20 million is not enough for you? Man, I'd let you go just on that one, just the way you just conducted yourself and did business by not committing and following through with the contract that you've already signed and the money that you've already gotten and the rings that you've already accumulated and an opportunity to do it again. You're putting a $10 million premium on yourself because you're a fucking greedy asshole. If it was me, I'd let you go. Somebody wants you, great. And you know what I would do? I would trust my defensive coordinator. I would trust my head and all the members of the defensive coaching staff. Make sure that it may take some trial and error, and there might be some bumps in the road, but there is no reason the Chiefs don't have enough talent on the defense to fill in for Chris Jones. If you look at Chris Jones' stats for the time that he's been in the league, which is 2 years less than Aaron Donald is on a different level than Chris Jones. And that's not taken away from Chris Jones. He's a talented guy. But $20 million is I'm comfortable with $20 million. He doesn't need $30 million. I wouldn't pay him $30 million. Just on principle, because right now that's breach of contract. Fuck you, not shit. How's that? Now you get nothing. Trade your ass to somebody else to fucking pay you less. And then you know what? You can have fun chasing a ring. But that's just the way I feel about it. That's my opinion on it. I think it's just greedy stupidity. And it doesn't make sense. And it makes perfect sense at the same time. Just got to keep up with me. What I'm saying is true shit. Just you got to look at it through different eyes, different perspective. And you'll see that what I'm saying isn't crazy. It's actually true. $20 million. Who the fuck? $20 million to play football. Crazy. Need $30 million. Aaron Donald will make $30 million. I got 2 rings. He only got 1. Okay, but he's got considerably better stats than you. Why do you think they let Frank Clark go? Because he played 4 seasons here and he played 4 seasons in Seattle. Okay. And he was less than half as productive here in Kansas City as he was in Seattle. Okay. So, very simple. The money didn't make sense. And, he plays for Denver now. Fine. Chiefs are going to be playing Thursday night against the Lions. Thinking it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a lot of excitement here around the KC area. We're going, it's the first game of the season, kickoff 2023-24 season. And I think everybody here is excited. A couple of things that, kind of surprised me, not necessarily in a good or bad way, but Chiefs keeping Oladokin instead of Buechele and letting Buechele go to the Bills, and also electing to get rid of Smith Marset and let him, or trade him rather, to the Panthers. I don't know. There you go. I don't run the team, but Buechele, I saw a lot more potential, not necessarily taking anything away from, excuse me, uh, whatever this fucking guy's name is, the one I just said, uh, Oladokin, sorry. But what I saw in Shane Buechele was reminiscent of what I saw in Rich Gannon, and if you ever watched Rich Gannon when he was, whether it was with the Vikings or with the Chiefs or the Raiders, he was extremely talented. He was, heavily underrated, and he was amazing. So in Buechele, I see a combination of him, like Doug Flutie, in the way that they carry themselves and how they carry the team. So I was a little surprised to see them, let him go and keep Oladokin and Buffalo. They got a great quarterback. So I wish him nothing but the best. And, when it comes to football, the Chiefs, the rest of the league, 31 other teams, I just, I don't hope for injuries, but, I don't cheer for injuries, but I stay very much in tune with what's going on throughout the league with every other team, players, etc. I don't do any kind of sports betting or gambling. I've never had. That's not my thing. I don't gamble. That's not my thing. I know. Oh, but you buy sports cards. Yes, I buy sports cards. That is correct. I'm not gambling if I'm buying something that I want to buy. This will transition into my next topic here. Let me take a puff. It's just my vape. Relax. Made sure I got freshly fried before I got on. And I wasn't even late, motherfuckers. Motherfucker. Whoever's watching. I don't know. Doesn't show me anything. But thank you. Thank you. You've been keeping me company. I've been keeping you company. Clearly, it's a holiday weekend. It's Labor Day, right? Labor Day weekend, right? So, how many people do I honestly expect to be watching me? Oh, but that's not my point. That's not my angle. I have no angle. There is no angle. I just want to get things off my chest at the time, and I like to talk about sports and sports cars. I got a fucking just shit. Got a new TV too. Got a nice 65-inch. It's actually a 7000 series on the Philips. Thank you to my wife. Yeah, money. I'm not giving anybody any plugs, but my wife is a saint. I love her to death. She's awesome. And she's now a very successful entrepreneur, has been now for several years, I'm not taking any credit or patting myself on the back, tooting my own horn, but influence, persuasion, give somebody a little bit of nudge, help them out. Next thing you know, you got a multi-million dollar a year business. So I'm a modest person. This is the way I was raised. This is the way I was born. I don't need to be extravagant. I don't need to have the latest, newest, bestest shit. I don't care about that. That's not important to me. Things that matter most in life aren't things. It's facts. I love my family. I love my friends. You might think I'm a foul-mouthed shithead that's sort of uneducated and just completely unhinged. But if you know me, hardly. But I'll touch on this too real quick. New product. Everybody's fucking losing their shit over this new product. Like, if there's not a new product out, the fucking world's gonna end. Who gives a shit? It all depends on how you collect, I suppose. If you want the latest, greatest, hottest, newest zebra, elephant, fucking mojo, prism, fucking harlequin, fucking Great Dane bullshit comes out, and jump on that shit and pay a shit ton of money for a bunch of garbage. Or how I collect. And like I said, I've mentioned this before. I mentioned, you know what, if you go back and look at my videos since I've been making videos on this YouTube, everything that I've said has come to fruition. Does that mean I'm a fucking psychic and I'm smarter than everybody else? Maybe. Maybe not. Fuck. I just see the writing on the wall, and I'm fucking aware enough of how business works and how business needs to be conducted that my perspective. I had my own Goodyear before I was 24 years old, and I had it for over a decade. I had a dealer's license as soon as I was old enough to get it at 21 years old. I traveled throughout the country, and I've been in every state in lower 48, and I lived in several of them. I've experienced both life and death and delivered both at the same time. And that doesn't mean I've murdered anybody. No, dumbass. My mother, she had a aneurysm. It was crazy. I was a young guy still. I wasn't living at home. I just happened to be at home that night. But anyway, I was there. And somebody say something. Hey, what's up? Everyone on Trend Center. Cindy. Love you, babe. Oh. Trendsetter. No, I don't even want to be a trendsetter. What kind of trend would I set? I'm disabled and I I honestly don't have a whole lot to do. I do a lot of legal shit during the course of the week and the course of the day. I'm limited as far as how much I can walk. Today, I got all my tools unloaded. My brother, like I said, he was the biggest helper in that aspect of it. And then my wife, God bless her. And, started on the garage, I gave away a bunch of stuff today. So, like I said, I don't have an angle. I gave away thousands of dollars worth of shit that's vintage, electronics, video games, VHS, VCRs, just all kinds of stuff. And I still got a bunch of stuff. I had guys just come up and, all I got's $20. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I want the room. I don't really need the money. It's not about that. I'm not gloating. There's nothing to gloat about. It's all good. I like that trendsetter, though. If anything, I don't want to be an influencer. if anything, I want to inspire people to be themselves, not be scared and step out. You know, somebody pisses you off, tell them, fuck you. Somebody does something that fucking makes you mad and you know what's wrong, tell them, fuck you. That's what I do. I had a motherfucker pull out in front of me today when I was pulling my fucking trailer with his fucking tools. Some fucking idiot that came from a fucking McDonald's. This fucking piece of shit electric fucking junk ass car. And I had to, I'm pulling the fucking trailer. I got fucking tools and shit in there. This motherfucker's eating a fucking hash brown or something with his fucking girlfriend. Bunch of fucking millennial dumb shits. So I made it a point to pull up to that motherfucker and I said, hey, pussy, next time you pull out in front of somebody, they might not be as pleasant as me. Punk bitch. Take that fucking hash brown, showed up your ass in front of your girlfriend. Punk motherfucker. I just kept talking shit. My brother was with me. He's just looking at me. I'm like, hey, it's what I do. Fuck him. Do it. I don't give a fuck. It was a fucking car full of fucking gang banging motherfuckers. Hey, pussy. You want to bang? I'll bang, bitch. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Bangity, bang, bang. Man, I don't know. So let's go, cuz. It takes two to make things go right. Everybody hear that raw bass in the background? It's old school shit here. I don't even know about that. You might know about that, Cindy. Real funky concept. Listen up, because I want to keep you in step. I got an idea that I want to share. You don't like it, so what? I don't care. I'm moving on. I like talk. Because it's all within my style. But yeah, I collect Hall of Famers. In particular, right now, I'm collecting all Super Bowl winning quarterback autographs. So I got pretty good lot going on. And I'm also always collecting basketball autographs. I collect autographs in particular of players I like. That's the difference. Players I like. Doesn't have to be the flavor of the day, the flavor of the month, what everybody else is hyped on, no women yamba bullshit. I don't care about any of that. I have a single fucking women yamba card. But I could buy one if I wanted to. I don't need to. I just bought a Lenny Dawson in-person hand-signed auto with COA. Legit. That's some bullshit. And then as you can see on this one that I had my thumbnail on, it was a Derek Thomas in-person certified auto. This is his most expensive card? No, but I really like Derek Thomas. That's my boy. I actually met Mr. Thomas a couple times when I was working as a teenager still, actually. And he had this fucking beautiful red Mercedes. And he'd pull up right to the front of the building that I was working at. And I never asked him for anything. I wasn't awestruck. I just didn't want to bother him because everybody else fucking bothered this guy. I didn't want to bother him and be like everybody else. So I just left him alone and said, oh, hey, Mr. Thomas. But he was a real nice guy. He seemed like a real genuine person. And we lost a really good one early. So, yeah. What else did I pick up? I picked up a Steve Young auto. I picked up a 69 Cassie Russell rookie. If you don't know who Cassie Russell is, you go on YouTube and check out some of his highlights. He's a fantastic player. Amazing. I got his 69 tops, and I also got an auto of him as well. I'm also collecting always basketball autos of Hall of Famers. And got an Anthony Smith. Who's Anthony Smith, you ask? Well, Anthony was a 1990 first-round draft pick, number 11, number 10 or 11 for the Raiders, played for both Los Angeles and Oakland. He was really fucking good. Better Chris Jones. Better stats. Anyway, minus Super Bowl rings. But Anthony Smith was also a serial killer. Yeah. So I was able to find one of his autos certified, which, this guy's sitting in fucking prison, fucking doing fucking, 4 life sentences plus another some odd fucking years for, murdering 4 fucking people at different times. So, interesting. He was also married to Vanity. If you don't know who Vanity is the lady that was in the movie The Last Dragon, and she was also part of the Vanity Six. Vanity Six? She was with Prince. They were close. They were tight. But they were married there for a short while. So, yeah. Just interesting cards, interesting stories. I got, Ray Caruth. If you don't know who Ray Caruth is, yeah. I heard somebody kill his wife. Yeah. And then you got Hernandez. I got a Hernandez auto. If you don't know Aaron Hernandez's story, I don't know if he's a murderer. Not like I'm morbid like that, but it's cards with history, cards with stories, autograph, certified. That's what I like to collect. Football, basketball in particular. But I got a Lenny Dawson, like I said, and it's a 1970 Lenny Dawson. And I got the 69 Cassidy Russell. And then I got I think number 99 on the auto. Then I got a Jerry Rice auto. Real nice one. One of my favorites. It's certified also, of course. And another one of my favorite all time, LT. Great store behind Lawrence Taylor. So, yeah, that's the kind of things I collect. Autographs in particular. One of my favorite players, and I collect a shit out of him, is Kwame Brown. I got a stack of Kwame Brown autos. Love Kwame Brown. That's one of the other channels I like on YouTube. I love Bus Life. Kwame Brown, smart man. If he's such a bust, I wonder why they're still making his cards as of recent days. Exactly. Nobody has a fucking career that spanned over, I believe, a decade. If I'm not mistaken. And played with greats like Jordan and Kobe. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking at some of my favorite autos right now. And I got 3 Jordan autos. I had a third Bird auto with this fucking idiot on the car I reneged on after a week. I'm asking what the fuck's the holdup. I'm shipping this shit. I'm not saying anything bad about it. They're fine. Some of the good sellers I got a good relationship with on there. But you gotta watch out, man. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch what you buy, who you buy from. You can't just assume everybody's legit and sitting there and trying to sell you authentic stuff. You got to know what the fuck you're looking at. You got to be careful. And it's just like with anything in life, just, like Marvin Gaye said, believe half of what you see, none of what you hear. Marvin Gaye's a lot smarter man than I will ever be. If I can find a Marvin Gaye autograph, I never thought about it, but that would, that's an amazing, sad, awful story. Killed by his dad, addicted to drugs, so much talent. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't, yeah. So all this new product that people are going crazy over that isn't out or coming out or going to be out anytime soon, whatever the case is a shit. There's so many great players and great players to collect, or whatever it is that whatever your jam is, whatever you do, whatever you collect, shit, keep doing it. Don't change what you do, and don't listen to anybody's bullshit, myself included. I'm nobody special. I've told you that many a time. Not an influencer. If anything, if I can inspire you, educate you, or encourage you, that's what I'd like to do. I'll never tell you who to buy. I'll tell you who I buy, and I can tell you who I buy from if you're ever interested in me telling you anything like that. I'll be more than happy to share. Some great sellers out there. They really are. And a lot of them are on low key, so I think there's more. And we talked about the new product. I think we talked about the Chiefs. Chris Jones would be the greedy little bitch. I'd dump his ass. I'll tell you, I don't like fucking Chris Jones. You can't even fucking finish out your contract, and then you go to all this fucking negotiate a new contract. And fucking I did shave too. Started looking like a fucking Orthodox rabbi there for a minute. But yeah, I had to shave this shit though. Yeah, a lot of steps today, man. Fucking leg hurt like a motherfucker. That's why I thought the crack medical team that I don't have is really taking good care of me. Yeah, but had a couple guys come down. Nobody I knew, nobody that I had ever met. And, I gave away a bunch of stuff today, bro. I gave away a lot of stuff, like I said. It didn't bother me a bit. I gave me $20. I don't need it. You can give me $1 and I would give it mine. Can't have anything for nothing. Give it $1, quarter, doesn't matter. But don't ever do it for free. When it comes to certain things, that's different. When you do things to help people, there's no price on that. But when it comes to, you give a motherfucker an inch, you'll take a mile. So, like I said, people are potatoes, bananas, shit, fucking, I'm part apple. Fuck. I'm half a cucumber. Like an old batch of collard greens. It's a capital S, so yes, a WPPOWGYDOWG. You see? So much flex when it's time to rip a mic. Didn't know that my name was Dolomite. Yeah, and you don't quit. So Dre, gotta give them what they want. Gotta break them off something. And it's gotta be bumping City up, comping. Mobbing like a motherfucker when I ain't let you. Sorry. Old school fucking crowd. Maybe you can hear it in the background. I like my background music. And as you can see, I don't have like a whole lot of production costs. It's not like I would buy a laptop to fucking make fucking YouTube videos. Like, I had this shit. I had a phone too. I go live on that. It's fun for me. It's just fun. It might not be fun for anybody else, but there again, I'm not really talking shit on anybody else on YouTube because I don't have a problem with anybody on YouTube. But Rick Jones, you're a big bitch. I think you need to just either do the right thing, which would be just sign and shut the fuck up and realize you're a greedy bitch, and get ready for fucking Thursday and get ready to play. Or you can look like a greedy bitch and then not have a fucking contract and be a free agent, and then see who's gonna pay your monkey ass $30 million. And the answer is no fucking body. So don't be fucking stupid. Just don't bite the hand that feeds. Don't look like an asshole. That's exactly what you look like. What I clicked. Talk about that. My day, got my tools all done. So got the garage started, got that done. It was a good day. It was a hard day. My leg hurts like a motherfucker. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Now my shit's gone in there. Yeah, that's good. And then thank you for everybody that's watched and tuned in. I really appreciate it. I don't know that I've got a whole lot more to say for this episode. We'll see. I think we'll go live again during the week, show off some cards, talk some shit, and guys, I appreciate everybody. I really do, and I think that everybody that tunes in and watch me, I encourage you. If you want to subscribe. If you want to like. If you don't, hey man, that's not why I'm here. I have no angle. My angle is I'm disabled and I don't really have anything other than time on my hands, though I still keep very busy. But I enjoy what I do and I have the ability to do it, so that's my angle. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'll let you guys go. My pills are starting to kick in. Makes me a little bit tired. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Cindy. I know you were there and everybody else. So I'll leave you with this some food for thought. Don't get caught up in the hype of shit. You're not missing out on anything. I promise you. Collect who and how you want to collect. If you need to have new product, it's an absolute must. And keep waiting. And you know the shit that's out there now, the 2023 score, the luminance. No, no, no. This doesn't do it for me. But I think that these guys that you're dealing with here, these companies, whether it be Panini or Fanatics or Tops and anything else, whoever is gonna realize that they're gonna end up losing more money if they don't put out new product is gonna be the one that's gonna make the best decision by putting out new product that's quality and all licensed and everybody's in uniform and it's all legit. So it'll happen. Just be patient. The sky's not falling. You're not gonna fucking die. Relax. But thank you guys all again. I love all you who watch. If you like what I gotta say, like my perspective, you know, I'm also looking for a co-host, somebody to bounce shit off of. There's no reason why we can't do that. Somebody that can either be like-minded or complete polar opposite, or a combination of both. I would hate to have somebody that agreed with me about everything all the time. Because at that point, you're not thinking for yourself. I want somebody to be able to think for themselves and say what they want to say. I don't have to fucking do anything in the way of trying to censor anybody because I don't want anybody to censor me. There's no reason to censor me. You don't like what I have to say, you don't have to watch. You don't have to listen. But with that, guys, I thank you. I hope everybody has a happy, safe holiday weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And thank you. Thank you. And God bless. I'll see you guys soon. All right. Bye, guys.